So today we study latitudes and longitudes. Now latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines which run from east to west on a globe or a map. These lines are parallel to each other. The distance between any two latitudes is always equal. So horizontal is this one. Horizontal is this one. Vertical is this one. So horizontal lines. So latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines with all the latitudes distance. The distance is equal. It's parallel. All the latitudes are parallel to each other. They are also called lines of latitude or parallels of latitude. The equator divides the earth into two equal halves, the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. So the equator is in the middle, you can say. It divides in the northern hemisphere and below is the southern hemisphere. We mark the latitudes in the northern hemisphere by degree 9 and in the southern hemisphere by degree south. Now if we see, equator is a 0 latitude, North Pole is 90 degree north, it's on the top, South Pole is here, 90 degrees south. Then we have Tropic of Cancer, which is 23.5 degree, which is above equator. Tropic of Capricorn is below equator, which is 23.5 degrees south. Then we have Arctic Circle, which is on the north, way beyond the Tropic of Cancer, 66.5 degree north. Antarctic Circle is 66.5 degrees south. Now we have the imaginary vertical lines. The vertical lines means this line that run on a globe or a map are called the lines of latitude. The imaginary vertical lines that run on a globe or map are called the lines of latitude. They run in north to south direction from North Pole to South Pole. Now longitudes are not parallel to each other. That's very important. Latitudes are, but are of equal length. The length is equal, but they are not parallel. Latitudes were parallel. The distance between any two longitudes is less at the poles. At the poles you can see the distance will be less, here it will be more, and increases towards the equator. Now these lines are also known as meridians. The line of longitude that passes through Greenwich near London is called prime meridian. It is marked as 0 degree and it divides the earth into two halves, eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So eastern hemisphere is this side, western hemisphere will be this side. The meridians to the east are called degree east and those on the west are as degree west. Now these latitudes and longitudes on a globe or a map form a network called grid. So grid is made up of latitudes and longitudes. Now this grid helps in locating any place on the earth. The point of intersection of any latitude and longitude is called coordinate. So you can see here the latitudes is coming like this and longitude where it intersect, it is called coordinate. Coordinates are used for finding the exact location of a place on the earth. For example, a place lies at 40 degree north latitude and 74 degree west longitude. The point where these lines will meet will be the exact location of the place. The lines meet at New York, so the New York City lies at the coordinates 40 degree north and 74 degree west. The international dateline is an imaginary line which runs through the Pacific Ocean. When you move to the west of international dateline, you lose a day, and when you move to the east of international line, you gain a day. Then we have equator, 0 degree latitude, which divides into the north and southern hemisphere. Hemisphere is one half of the earth as divided by the equator or the prime meridian. Prime meridian is 0 degree longitude, which divides the earth into eastern and western hemisphere. Prime meridian is 0 degree longitude. So prime meridian is 0 degree longitude, equator is 0 degree latitude. So 0 degree prime meridian, 0 degree longitude, which divides the earth into eastern and western hemisphere. And we have the brush up. Latitudes are imaginary horizontal lines which run from east to west on a global or a map and are parallel to each other. Some important parallels of latitudes are the North Pole, South Pole, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn and equator. Longitudes are imaginary latitude lines which run from north to south on a globe or a map. Network of latitudes and longitudes form a grid and helps us locate places on the earth.